Hi, we're going to do a series of standing poses. These standing poses will strengthen your legs, they'll open your hips up, they will improve your joint flexibility, and they improve your overall postures, apart from a few other things. So the first pose that we're going to do right now is called Veerabhadrasana 2 or Warrior 2. So you bend your knees, you can either step or you jump your feet out. Make sure your feet are parallel to each other. You roll to all four corners of your feet and you're not dropping your legs in. You straighten your inner legs. And then you make your wrist and ankle, make sure they're stacked in one line, and extend your arms out and lift the pelvis slightly so you tuck your tailbone in and keep your legs straight. This would be your starting position. Now, we're starting on our right side. So you turn your right toes out to a 90 degree. Look down, make sure your heel and your arch are in one line. Your back leg is straight. Now take your left toes in as much as you can, in a slight angle. Both legs are straight. Now, externally rotating both thighs, come down. What you're aiming for is a parallel thigh bone and your knee over your ankle. Straighten the back leg, press the outer edge of your back foot, turn the trunk while you roll your knee out and keep rolling this thigh back. Your arms extend in line with your shoulders and you look over your right palm. You hold for a few breaths and you try to descend a little lower. Then you come up, you turn your right toes in and you turn your left toes up. If your arms get tired, you can bring them down, but roll your shoulders back and keep your trunk facing forward. Keep rolling both thighs externally from inner thigh to outer thigh side. You wrap your muscles around the bone and you come down. Back leg has to be straight. Make sure the outer edge is pressing and you come into Veerabhadrasana 2 and look over your palm here. Again, you hold for a few breaths and then you come up and then you can either jump back in or you step your legs back in. For the next pose, it's called Parshvakonasana, side angle pose. It's like Veerabhadrasana 2 when we start. You turn your knee out, you bend the right leg again, back leg is straight, you come to this position. From here, you take one hand on your hip, you extend your right arm and you bring it on the outer side. Now if you're newer to yoga, you would bring it on the inner side, but if you've practiced for a while, you would bring it to the outer side. Take your block in any height that works for you and stack. So you start to roll and stack your shoulders. So your chest has to open, your hips have to turn, your abdomen has to turn towards the ceiling. And once you're here, slowly take your arm up, extend so you stretch the whole side, and you lower down with your hips. And you look up, you stay for a few breaths, keeping the chest open, back leg straight, and you release the head, slowly come up. And now turn your back toes in, your right toes in, and take your left toes up. And come down into Warrior 2 or Veerabhadrasana 2. Look ahead. And now extend your left arm, bring it on the block, and roll your shoulders back. So you're trying to bring your shoulder blades to stack, so your chest can open. Keeping the chest open, come down a little bit, take your arms up, and revolve. Hips, abdomen, chest. Don't let the knee fall in, the knee has to roll back. And you look up, you stay for a few breaths, release the head, press your feet down, come in. And once again, bend your knees, either jump or step your feet in. And we'll finish off with one last pose. It's called Prasarita Padottanasana. Spread, legs spread wide pose. Roll your shoulders back, come down. Always check, make sure your ankles are in line with your wrists. Take your hands on your hips, roll the shoulders back. Roll onto the outer edges of your feet, straight legs, look ahead. Lift your sternum slightly and slowly fold at the hips. Drop your hands down. You come into a concave shaped spine of the action of the spine. Now bend your elbows and slowly walk back. So your palms are in line with your feet and fold in. Lift your shoulders up, so don't drop them. Lift them up. Arms are perpendicular, forearms are perpendicular, and you stay here for a few breaths. To release, you look ahead, walk your arms out, you concave the spine again. Now some of us, if we are newer to yoga, will have to bring our feet in and take our hands on our hips. Inhale, you come up, and you step your feet in. We're done.